Welcome to the Rich Lady Revolution, redefining rich with Diane McKendrick. Hey, lovely lady, I see you. You're an ambitious, high-achieving woman, driven, passionate, and ready for more. More money, more impact, more freedom. This is the place where women just like you come together from all over the world to break the old rules and redefine what it truly means to be rich. Because being a rich lady is about so much more than money. Joining the Rich Lady Revolution with those two sisters is about more than the money in your bank account. It's about building wealth on your terms, doing what you love, with who you love, and creating a life that feels as good as it looks. It's about stepping into your unshakable power and purpose. This podcast, combined with my 5th book, is your personal invitation to step into your rich lady identity. I will be here to educate, inspire, and empower you along the way, to support you to cut the crap, do the thing, and be the rich lady you were born to be. So if you are ready to elevate your income, your impact, and your life, the revolution starts now. Hello, and welcome to... Oh, that's my mum calling. Hold on, I've got to pause. Oh my gosh, lovely ladies, how funny is this? Perfect timing for my mum to call because I am just about to deliver a podcast on support as part of the Rich Lady Roadmap, checkpoint number 5. And the topic is called Who's Really Got Your Back? The support audit that every high achiever needs. Now, ChatGPT helped me with that name because it's way better at it than I am. And I had a little bit of a crisis because there were some other really good names in there that are really going to speak to each of you. So the one I came up with was Who's Really Got Your Back? The support audit that every high achiever needs. And the other one that I was sort of tossing up from, which I think some of you are going to resonate with, is From Lone Wolf to Rich Lady, the 4 layers of soul-aligned support that every overachiever needs. So right before recording this podcast, or right at the beginning of the podcast, my mum calls, and that is a testament to the support systems that I have put in place. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that I could share here with that and around that call and what happened and how I am deeply supported by my parents. And even if you aren't, I am going to show you how you can put a system in place to activate the support from parents. Because the truth is there's a lot of people that either your parents aren't here anymore, or they live far away, or you're estranged and you don't speak to them. And we don't want to get caught in frustration, resentment. And I know plenty of people say, oh, it's easy for you to say die because your parents are close. They're both still alive. They're very supportive. They're very awesome, absolutely awesome parents. And yes, I am lucky, but there is also some things that I have personally done to ensure that relationship continues to grow and evolve. So not speaking it like I know better. I coach so many women now from all walks of life, all backgrounds, and I see some patterns and I notice some patterns. And I know without a doubt that by the end of this podcast, some of your patterns are going to have changed. And then, of course, if you're in the Rich Lady Roadmap, because this is the long form content for the ladies in the Rich Lady Roadmap, if you do all the content in there, not only are your patterns going to change, like your whole entire life, internal and external, will change. So I literally have 15 minutes to record this, running a bit behind time because I talked to my mum for the first few minutes of the podcast. So let's do this. Welcome to the Rich Lady Revolution podcast, the place where high-achieving women just like you come to really come together to redefine what rich really means to you, because it's going to be different to everybody. You get to choose what it means to you. In this episode specifically, it's part of our long-form series, as I mentioned, supporting all of the clients and the rich ladies in the Rich Lady Roadmap, where we deep dive into each checkpoint on the journey to embody your rich lady life. Oh man, I just paused again. Another interruption at the door this time, and I was a bit frustrated, but then at the same time, I'm like, it's support. Yeah, I love creating stuff for the Rich Lady Roadmap, and when I get deep into it, I really notice and see how how the things that I'm teaching are playing out in my life. So yeah, let's get back on track now. I'm another couple of minutes behind because I was like literally booked into the minute today. I got a massage at the coast a little bit later today and then meeting up with friends. So support coming from everywhere. Okay, so let's deep dive into each checkpoint on the journey to embody your rich lady life. If you're already inside the roadmap, many of you are, this episode will help you anchor. The purpose and intention is for you to anchor all the information, the divine hypnotics, body, brain, and being, and all the processes, the embodiment practices that I've given you over there, and expand and integrate everything into your learning. When we learn, we need to hear things 5, 6, 7, if you're me, 10, 15 times, and then it starts to, work its way in. It's quicker and more efficient and effective when you do it this way because we're touching body, brain, and being. So it's a lot more efficient and quick. So if you're new around here, maybe you stumbled across this episode or you're just getting to know me, my older sister, Michelle Ann, then this is your little sneaky peeky into the depth, the soul, and the strategy that lives inside our world. Okay, so as I mentioned today, we're dropping straight into checkpoint 5. It's all about support. And this one is a biggie and it will change absolutely everything. And it's something most people don't think about until they're at the pits of despair. And then they wonder why their life is crashing around them. And one of the first things we do is we call in support. So with the brain, in the roadmap, let's start with the brain. I'll give you a bit of an overview of that. The belief system that you've been taught as a kid underpins how you've been moving through the world and how you approach support. Like you can just ask yourself right now, when I sat down to deliver on this topic, I was like, support, well, what does that even mean? How am I going to deliver on this? And there was a little bit of a moment of pause there as I searched my brain for the information on it. So all of us, or most of us, I would say, have been fed a very old story, the lone wolf kind of thing. If you want something done, do it yourself. If you want it done properly, do it yourself. That hyper independent, you know the one I'm talking about, hustle hard, the lone wolf way of living. And it may have helped you survive in the past. But let me tell you, ladies, it's never, ever going to help you thrive in life and business. I've done it. Michelle's done it. You will hit a ceiling and you won't get any further and you'll burn yourself out trying to do it all on your own. For some reason, it's petrifying to receive help from other women specifically or support from your sisters. Like, oh, yeah, it's deeply ingrained into our culture. So, checkpoint number 5, support, is all about dismantling that old paradigm and building a new framework. And I've built it step by step for you. One where you are held, supported, seen, elevated, and met. Most importantly, you're met where you're at, not where I am, not where Michelle is, not where our current clients are. We have people from beginner business owners right through to established multi-million-dollar business owners, and we blend them because each of those ladies have some gold for the other one. So we just meet you where you're at. There's no expectation, there's no judgment. Our goal is for you to become the woman who lives and earns like a rich lady, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, which is totally up to you. That's totally your choice. So now, here's what's real. And if you're working with us at some point, I know some of you already have, and I know some of you are in the midst of it, the messy middle right now. And I know a few of you are on the cusp of it, and others that are just about to go through it. As you rise, people will say, usually your nearest and dearest, the people around you, you've changed. And they're right, you have changed, and it's all part of the process. So as you grow, evolve, and expand, some people will fall away and crumble away. And that's okay. It's all part of the process. But knowing that does not make it any easier. It's one of the most heart-wrenching and heartbreaking things ever. But I want this podcast, this checkpoint, this module to be a reminder that growth doesn't have to mean losing people. What it actually means is finding the real ones in your life, your soul aligned circle, your tribe, your solid support, whatever looks and feels like to you, not just what's been fed to you through society or because they're your family and they should support you. It doesn't always work like that. So we can help you rebuild it. Now, this specifically is why in the Rich Lady Roadmap, I created and I teach the 4-part framework for support. So here's the what. I'm going to give you the what through the podcast. And if you want more of the how, come over into the roadmap. And if you want the embodied how, come to a retreat because I'll literally take you through the processes. So the four are the first one is self-support, the most and important layer. You've all heard it before. Fit your own oxygen mask first before you look after other people. Not many people actually do it, but we need to ensure we stop outsourcing our safety to others and look and stop outsourcing our support to others and support ourselves first. Self-support, most people don't even know what that word means, but you are your greatest source of support. And I want you to notice how your body feels when I say that to you. It's not your coach, it's not me or Michelle, it is not your partner, it's not your mum, it's not your dad, it's not your kids. Ladies, it's you. This is about putting your own oxygen mask on first and not outsourcing your support, safety, validation, or strength to anyone else. This might be the hardest part of the journey because we are not taught this. So, number one is self support. And that's just where the core, where it all starts. Number two, you'll get support from your nearest and dearest. So these are your family members, your partner, your kids, the ones that your parents, your siblings, the people you grew up with. These are the ones you often will think should support you, but very more often they're the most confronting because you expect it and very regularly they do not always give it or not in the way that you want it or you think you want it. And I want to declare here that's not because they're bad people or that's not because X, Y, and Z. I would suggest that they're just a human living their own patterns, their own stories, and their own life. So you've got one, self-support, supporting yourself, the most important. Then you've got your nearest and dearest, family members, close, kids, partner, parents, siblings, those people in like really, well, the nearest and dearest, the words say it. Then you've got your peers. These are your top three friends. I want you, if you've got a pen and paper, write down the 5 friends you spend the most time with. Who are you surrounding yourself and who are you becoming by osmosis? This layer matters more than most women realize. And you all would have heard of this before. You know, proximity is power. But as my journey's gone on, I've watched my kids grow up. I've really realized how important behaviors and patterns and feelings and all of that is really contagious and it's at a very deep unconscious level. So write down your first thing you do, just write down those first 5 friends that pop to mind that represent your peers, your friends. And then the fourth one is conscious community. This is a sacred support system that you choose. It's things like the Rich Lady Revolution, the membership, it's the Queen's Club. This is what we built, those two sisters, Redefining Rich Facebook page. They're all examples of conscious community. It's like-minded women who get it. It's me and Michelle behind you, beside you, around you, and it's having space where your bigness and your softness, your ambition and your healing are all welcome, all parts. You bring the messy parts, you bring the happy parts, you bring the celebration, you bring the sadness. So you need to ensure that if you are in a community, that once again, it's in alignment with your values, it's feeling good to you, and you are getting genuine support because there's plenty out there at the moment that I've seen that are giving probably a bit of less than. Okay, so inside the roadmap, we will guide you through the sacred support scorecard. I think this is one of my favorite things that I created. So basically, the sacred support scorecard is a tool that I created that gets you to score your levels across each of those layers. So across each of those layers come up self-support, nearest and dearest, peers, and conscious community. So you get the scorecard, you type it all in, and you'll see the numbers in black and white. And often, when I did a version of this a couple of years ago, it's very shocking because it takes what's in the unconscious and the unseen and it puts it in black and white in front of your face and it shows you where the work needs to be done. So it's a really good guide. You think you're supported until the data shows otherwise. And then we'll give you permission and a personalized formula to actually shift that. So let's get it in black and white, you know, and likewise, you might find that you're really supported and then you can just tick that one off your list. There'll be something else in your life along the roadmap that requires your time and attention. It may not be support. I know some women that are deeply supported by their nearest and dearest in their peer group. And yeah, it's another area of the roadmap that they can put their time and effort into. So I want you to remember, because when you see where you're lacking, you can call in the support that aligns with your higher self. Once again, it's not me telling you or society or Michelle or someone external to you. It's you and connecting to your higher self. And that, ladies, is a very powerful place to be. So that's a little bit of the brain. We go through the four layers and I explain it more, and we go through the scorecard and we get the score. Then we move on to the body, like anchoring the support somatically. So we're dropping into the body, because just knowing about the support in your brain and seeing it in black and white, that's not enough. Your brain will just loop and go, oh, great, I'm great, I'm beautifully supported, let's go. Or it's going to be, oh, okay, this doesn't really add up and that doesn't really add up. And if I don't have this, so when you just loop, so we need to make sure we close the loops within the body as well. So you'll need to feel supported in your body before you move forward, before you take on any other um, next projects, because it's the core of the result. You'll need to know what it feels like in your cells, your nervous system, and your breath. Once again, asking people like that, they don't often have an answer for it. You need to go search for it and feel for it. So, this part of the process, the body, is all about anchoring that brain-based learning into a lived, felt, embodied experience. So we'll guide you back to the safety in your body, because your body believes it's safe to be supported. If it doesn't believe it's safe to be supported, it will keep pushing it away and it just will not land in your central nervous system. Having worked in this industry for a while now and having many clients, some of you have had, and I've seen it with my own eyes, very little support from family, partners, or friends. And I want to let you know that I see you and that that's real, and it can be really, really, really challenging. But we've got the answer for you here. I've done it in person with people, and now it's in a format where people can get it online and you don't need to be with me in person to get it. So if that is you, if you're someone that feels like you've got big dreams and goals and aspirations, but you've got very little support from your family, well, usually from yourself, from your nearest and dearest, from your peers or your friends, or you don't really have a community, then yeah, I see you. I know that it can be tough. But here's the beauty of the work, because support doesn't have to come from people. If you've been dealt the hand of cards where parents or siblings or the nearest and dearest aren't there support, in the roadmap, I'll take you through a process to explore the unexpected sources. This was like altering for me when I found this out. I went through a process to explore unexpected sources of support. Now, I'm going to say a few here and you'll feel in your body whether it's for you. So you can get support from things like pets, from animals. Some people are really supported. They can feel that unconditional love from animals, pets, and when we pull it in as support, something that was quite low and minimal will be chalked up a little bit more. And then we might add something like music. I know my husband in particular, whenever I come home, he's always got music on, whereas I prefer the silence. He is deeply supported by music, and my daughter is much the same. So once again, if you've got a low level of support and you add in things like pets and the unconditional love and support from pets, and then you add music, it's going to chunk it up even again. And then another really big one for me is something like nature. Nature supports me when I think of being present in nature. It takes a low support once again to a high support. So I'm nearly at 100%, even if the nearest and dearest, or even if the peer group, or even if sometimes in this case yourself, you can keep chunking it up using things like animals, music, nature, or even a piece of jewelry. That's why I created the Remember Ring. And you'll have your own version. Almost every woman I know has a piece of special jewelry that reminds you of who you really are. So you might get support from a piece of jewelry. So you can be fully held right now by life itself. By the time we go through this process in the roadmap, it takes sometimes quite a low level of support and chunks it and speeds it right up to nearly 100% of support. And I tell you what, a woman who's feeling 100% support, it doesn't matter where it comes from. She walks differently. She talks differently. She takes action from a different place. So yeah, very powerful. And those of you, I said this earlier, and I want to remind you those of you that didn't or don't support you, and it doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just playing out their own story, their own journey. So rather be in resentment or frustration or they should or whatever story you're telling, you don't need to understand it. Just make a choice right now in this moment. When is now a good time to choose? To just choose differently. Allow this body of work to move through your life. So, when you source your support from within and you anchor it into your body, we use the practice to anchor it into your body to get the scorecard and boost it. You will become magnetic to more of it. So the more you feel it, the more you get. And that's the body component. When we move into the being, this is one of my favorite things. And I'll wrap it up now because now I'm 10 minutes behind time. Soul contracts, the being. Being is all about what's out there beyond what you can see, being witnessed, being held within the community. Soul contracts and becoming the woman. Finally, we're dropping into this. It's where we get real about soul contracts, which are basically, you've probably all heard me talk about this before, the invisible energetic agreements that keep you looped into old dynamics. There's podcasts on it. Go scroll through, find the soul contracts podcast if this is speaking to you and listen to it. It'll change your world. You know the ones, the friends that drain you, the family member who always plays the victim. Sometimes it's an ex, sometimes your parent, sometimes it's your kid, sometimes it's a client and they ghost you. And then it's the same crisis, but at a different time. That tie, and you feel the obligation, the sense of responsibility. Sometimes there's a soul contract there that we just need to break, and then it can change. So in the Rich Lady Roadmap, I'll teach you how to break those soul contracts, and I give you the actual soul contract in the portal to go through and break lovingly and powerfully so you can become the woman who's no longer bound by the past. And at our retreats, we'll take this even deeper through a somatic process that free you at the level of your body and your soul. So this is the work, the soul contract breaking, that I get the biggest feedback from my clients and the biggest shifts, the biggest breakthroughs that ripple through business, relationships, your money, and your life. It's the energetics of life. It's the energetics of business. If you have got disempowering soul contracts holding you to a person, place, situation, or pattern, life's going to be tough. Maybe you've got a soul contract with scarcity. Maybe you've got a soul contract with lack of support. Who knows? But let's break it so we can free you. So basically, ladies, this is what it is and what it means to redefine rich. And you'll hear me say this again and again and again. It's not just about more money in the bank account. It's about more safety and support in your body, that deep love and intimacy in your relationships, the spaciousness in your mind, and the clarity in your being. And at the end of our emails, which we've shaken up a bit, you'll see full heart, full bank account, empty calendar. How good does that feel? Empty calendar being the representation of you've only got in there what you want. Example today, delivering here to you. I'm going to call my mum on the way to a massage at the coast where I'm going to support a friend who is starting her massage business, and she's supporting me by giving me a massage. And then I'm going to see another friend who is helping me out with some outfits for my BMW day next week. So she's supporting me there. She's going through a lot. So I was like, I'll support you by maybe cooking your dinner and doing this and that. And support goes both ways. So I want to remind you before we finish up, without being at near 100% support internally and externally, your business, your body, your bank account will be hitting a ceiling. It'll be tiring. It'll be hard. You'll be looping. You'll be looking for that piece of the puzzle. If you've ever heard yourself say, oh, I just feel like there's this one little piece. Maybe this is it. It's the support. And you'll keep feeling behind the eight ball, like you're always just not making it, wondering why things aren't flowing, why things aren't adding up, why things seem so hard. This could be your answer. So I want to also remind you before we finish that support is not about a nice to have. Oh, it's nice to have support. It's crucial. It is your foundation. It's the core of everything, especially when you're going to make big moves in business. If your support systems aren't in place, it's going to be hard, it's going to be scary, and you're probably going to come crashing down at some point. But the beautiful news is you can activate this support within moments, within the right practices and processes. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. It's literally the click of the fingers, and that's why I like it. So if you're ready in the click of a fingers and you're craving to become part of a conscious community of support, if you're ready to feel me and Michelle beside you and rise as you rise, then seriously consider come and join us either on the Rich Lady Roadmap, which is the $47 product. We priced it like that so everybody can afford it. And once you've done that, it's a 4-week online self-paced course. Most ladies will move into the Rich Lady Revolution, which is the membership, $150 a month for all of this support, all of these practices, all these processes, and the ongoing support. It is where the sacred sisterhood lives and where you are no longer doing this alone. You don't have to be the lone wolf. Once again, that is the feedback I get the most from the people in my field. It's like, oh, it's just such a relief to not have to be doing this on my own anymore. I've never been truly seen, held, witnessed, cherished, loved, supported by another woman that's not a sister or a family member. So yeah, let's do it. The next step for you guys is check it all out in the show notes. You'll see some pages there you can go have a look at. Take the Sacred Support scorecard so you can sort of see where you're at. And then if you want that extra support, then you can come see me. Let it show you where you are, and then you can tell me and we can make a plan from there. So I want to remind you, you are never, ever meant to be doing this alone. We're here for a reason. And some of my most fulfilling moments are moments of either supporting my soul sisters, my clients, my family, my nearest and dearest, or being supported by them, even when I feel vulnerable, even when it feels hard. It's not about doing this all alone. So if you're ready, please reach out. So excited to meet you all, and I'll see you here, same place, same time next week. Wow, what an episode. Now here's the thing. Knowledge is power, but action is where the magic happens. So if today's episode has lit a fire in your belly and you are ready to take this to the next level, cut the crap and do the thing to be the woman you were born to be, then I've got something special for you. Join us on the Coaching Couch. It will be an exclusive front row seat to the conversations, breakthroughs, and strategies that are helping women just like you up-level their income, their impact, and their whole entire life. This is your chance to experience what it's like to be fully supported and deeply connected with a world-class coach and community of high-caliber women who get it, who get you. It's where you'll get a taste of our unmarketable magic, real life strategies, and the kind of high level conversations that will catapult you into the next level of success without the burnout. It's free for you, it's powerful, and it's waiting right now. So if you are serious about stepping into your rich lady identity, head over to www.thosetwosisters.com and secure your spot on the Coaching Couch now. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it.